Welcome to Kiaorana News, brought to you by Ebna Television. I am your host, Ngaeva Maro. Kiaorana, piki mai, kake mai, oro mai, ere mai ki runga i a Kiaorana News. Ko te koto take, ko Ngaeva Maro. Tota tō tumutapura no te awatea. E rai tika i tumutapura i nara, ko tamana ko te rawhi o mai, norunga i tata tō peitupuna. Te rekareka neo, te mataora neo, i te ngati te raukai i aku i te, kua i te pati atu i te ngā aito, tumu kōrero, karanga tau i te repo pai, legends. Legends of the game.
Legends of the game.
Pati atu o kia rao, me ka tika e rao kia ere mai ki runga i tō tātou programu i te awatea. No reira, teia, e tō tātou i titangata. Taua tae, taua legendara, e tāna ka perepere. I mua e tātou i te awatea ne. Kia ora anu kōrua.
Ai, kia ora anu koe te tae ke Ngaeva.
Ngaeva?
Te koe. Mātuku ki tātou i te kapiki a koe i rotonga ko Maro noria. Te rākaranga pai koe ko Ngaeva tō o ai. Tu ke tāke, rā ki ue. Kau ki tae o ki te rā. Tā tātou i mātou. Kia ora anu te tae ke Maro. Kia ora ana ki koto, kia ora ana to all our viewers out there. Ai, tōra tika e mau e te, ko pati mai koe e mau e te ara mai runga i tāu program. Kare, tumu ke marina, o te tauturu i tāu Ngaera koe, ne pera katoa, i te oranga i te aki ngai te tūtua no runga i tā tātou peu, ki tō tātou i te tangata i eno nei ki nuti nei, no te mea te kite nei tātou i te tuato e Maro, our kids are getting hungry to know who they are. They want to know as much as they can about our culture, and that's been seen through the last two Ngaeva News. You know, you can see all our youth in Auckland wanting to be, to be a part of this
celebration.
Yeah, celebration. Mataura maua I te aramang ki runga I tā tātou tāo programu I te awatea. E te ina ki newe, ko tā tātou kapukapuka kariro te re I mataura. No ko tō tika akarakara mai I te program. Ko tō kuingoa ko Raemaki Karati. Te taipea te makatanga ere, ko ki te orato I ako maki. Tōku te heka piri mō ere te kia, ko ki te rato I ako mek. I te rite tū. Ko te rongo tō pōka aru ea ki te tuki ako e. Ia tā rato e kapiki mani a. Ano I au I te tapere takoene. No o ki te tapere takoene ngaki e mai au ki rera. I maamata mai au. Ua tetere nau e Marona right throughout the Pacific. Yeah, most of the countries in the Pacific I've been there. I've been to as far as Taiwan, to Hawaii, to the States, and into the Caribbean through my job, through sports, but mostly through culture. It's surprisingly, our culture has taken a lot of our performers, our entertainers, to all parts of the world, to Spain, you name it, they've been there. And it's likewise for me and my wife. I met my wife, I went to school with her. Te o te mi te rore, te mao te te rore. O ki tēnā mau te tai au ngai ara, ka tau I manako I ana. O te ora tāko ere te pēia. Tiko ni au te patai I tūmoru ere. Are nau I te api koni, te api o Hillary College, I akamata ia te Polyfest. I tāru ia tātou ki te Polyfest. Arau kia kapiki ane te re tuatou te Polyfest. So, o mātou, tā mātou pupu kuki areni I Hillary College, nā kuki api te rā pupu te re tempo te head boy I Hillary College, te rāmatai 1977. Ako tupu I aia, aka tomu I aia te Pacific Islands ki ruto I te portea tātātou ki te nei te tuatou ko te Polyfest. I te tuatou mo ko te Māori ua. Te patara ni te tua, te Polyfest mua, te pupu ka kōki areni mua, te mua te korona te Polyfest, nā, no Hillary College mai. So, e te ara tua ki te api I tuatomu. I te re te mera o ki mātātou I nangaroti a nganga tua poro. E pera katoa te peu. Tā koni ke rau ki ue puka atu nei, meu I ho me koe, ka tomori a kero te tuonga te peu I akapata mai o ki e. Nā, te wharu mātou, o kia tōki tuku ki Ireland. And I saw what the country had to offer. Te mea, i te 1976, te aranga ki New Zealand, everybody was wanting to come to New Zealand now. No te tuto ua e New Zealand. Ki ukina ki o te 1983, ki te ua tauhi te pasari, and I could see the opportunities back home. I decided I'm never going to come back to New Zealand because marau te rā early 80s, there was a big depression in New Zealand. I didn't want to see that kind of thing. When I went back home, te me te ki one tu tātou pasari. I'll come by, pass by, but not to live again. And I lived up to that promise. You know, I stayed in the Cook Islands. In the mid 80s, my wife, she had been there for about 6 years because she was headhunted in the late 70s. And my dad, Kavana was the biggest Polynesian culture group in the world at the time, based right in the heart of Waikiki. And so they came and got her, and then she lived there for 6 years. And she came back for something, I think, to renew her green card. And she met this devil over here. Arabi Mau. And, well, the rest is history. So, o toku mga oranga tera, I te arabi ngai tuku patka ka po nandara akite mai no mai me te ni tu.
Pini au pinga ngaro rai tāna.
Oh, mate.
Ora ia te Kiaorana tātou kato tu e tangata mate te mai nei I tātou awata tutu. I runga te program ki ako mite ki a koe Maro, te matou kapi ki a koe ko Maro. I te koe mai I mau ki runga tā program. Te rekarakare au I te piri atu, ki rato I te atu ang program na au I ako no koe, I te tu atu. Te o tua matara. I rina ke oe matara katoa tātou I te tangata I te arongorongo, te mātakitaki mai I tira. Ai, te karai toko I ngoa ko ngaire, te maine o nā te taute. I te aire, e kamiki rata, ai o te maine tēnā te taute, Stephen Karati. Ai. Toko mitua ine, ko tai, mākata te kapiki ai anti tai, ko I a te kura rangatira I te oire puke kura. Ngāti pera, tōku pāmitua, tōku e rua ko ngā sisters, e rua brothers, tēnā tākou tui mātou te ki te koe o moko, te mātou kātou te ki te ia o moko. I tōku tūranga I opia tui o ki raratonga, I anga opia o tui I. Tōnu tiri ni o te api, opia tui ki raratonga, tau tūri ngā metua I te akatetiri amarau I te tuatua te tēme o te motel, Arorangi Beach Motel, tiri tuatau. Ni rira au I era tui o ria kore ki o aratonga era tui o I no o ki rira e ona mataiti. Ko te angango I o ki rurunga katoa I te tātātou ka kumukuma I te rā. Ko I o ki no te piu, te o aitamu tamataora. Culture show. I wai I ko te tai kimi anga muni pino roa atu ia I tātuatau. Kui tika te upupura, tuke ke te upupura ka, koe ki Waikiki, pinga tika te upupura, angangara, rawera I tiri atu ana. Pinga tika te wai I te marurui, I te katakata, I te mou, I tā rātou piu. O te mea haro ora, o tō rātou inu o ko peke uki te Japan, peke te Porena mitiri atua. O tā rātou piu ra, o te tai mea mania tiri a tāko I ki te o pio te rātou I te katakata I te mou tiri ra. Maata rātou I te tuato, nā kara koe ka le takitai wara I te kite, I te tutu mata wai I te kai. Tumu inua ea, tangata inua tika. Nā tātou I te tuato e kapi tātou te Māori, tangata whenua. Wara I te kite, I te tutu mata, kōringo mata, wai I te kai, I wai I te tuato. Mātanga Tinto, Filipino, me tiri tua Asian, So, I tiri te me era mai ri rau I anga o kiria, ko mata to re tangata mo re te o pitiniti tiri era tuante ti me rau ke ko te oki ni rau te mare to tato rira te me oki te wai I te katakai te mo tarato koro tarato piu koisika te ina ki neo kanari raka to tato me maru I tato te apai mai ta tato I te tato ano tato mapu I te tamo I te opu I tia. E tare ni tia. Ti rua ia tato te tangata I te oroma, I te api I tato ano no te o tato moea. No tira tiri tapo manga maro e tuanga. Ia koe me tau program. E kau o tu na
Ma te neo ai ope tia I te meno no mai.
No tira e maro a koroma mai. Ko ia rau na tata ino rei. Ora e ta e apa tu mai. Traua kia ko me te ki o koe.
Yo I karangai.
Whamai tia.
Thank you, man.
Ei mai o mau.
Ora I karanga atu e ngā legends o ki tia. Ti roto ana ke te kiko o te anga peutupuna. Ora te tangata. I mua ke mātou te anga taia ke ka tomo atu e ki roto I te tutua o te whakawhaka whiti wānanga. I rungo a tātou peutupuna. Ka imene mai rau I te tai imene.
Ara tatu I marmaro a tia program.
O te moe mai tātou.
O ki te ki kotu e tako ni. Oi tu e imene. Imene na o e tukera o taku mai imene na e malo but tia po imene tu malo te me tata imene na e tangata o me ale tu ngai tangata e tu ngai ka arabe tu te arabe imene tara tu imene na taku imene o tata ma taku imene tara inde ki we kata te imene aka arabe ngai tata te o tai ke aka ka mai nuria si karana si tia imene na ko e Kiaorana turo ora mai. Kiaorana e mai tai ake turo ora mai. Totato arabe anga kia manu ia. Hiroto I te aroa Mo pirima Kiaorana Kiaorana Ia kuai tai ake Turo o Romai Totato arabe ana Kia manu ia Hiroto I te aroa Mo pirima Enga motu o Ivanui Turo oromai Ema ine e tama Tomatu au metua Hiroto I te atua Tamo marie Turo aire maia Kiaorana Enga motu o Ivanuri Turo oromai Ema ine e sama Tomato au metua Hiroto I te atua Tamo marie Turo aire maira Kiaorana Turo aire maira Kiaorana Tēnā turo oromai Kita tatu program e te
Hei, taki mata tēnā e te tangata tako te akarongorongo mere, akarongorongo mere, te ngā aito. I te tuonga o te peutupuna, pera kato I te tuonga o te imene. Hare aitia, nā mātua e o te pukapuka e, nā wotu. Mea hauro ana te tai rewe. Ore rei te atianga, e te tangata. Mo te aito, tāne te aito waine. I roto I te anganga pūtupuna. Since the 1980s, me tā rāwara I tūtua mai, aka maramu mai mua atu. I tomo ana rau hi roto te au competition. Te kapanui, te constitution. Me te constitution mai ki te maiwa nui. E reua, e reua, e reua. Mo ki te o keo o mātou ki roto I te kapanui. Akaru ki atua, no mai rātu ki rautonga I te mataiti 2000, re te niko, nā te mitua tāne, te mitua waine, I a kaere mea nei te niko, e rua mataiti. Ere mai ki konei, akatupu mai te aki rātau, I raro ke te akaere ngā te sire, peke ki te akatoka manawa. Ko I te akaere, o te mitua tāne, e te mitua waine. E te vai atura, e te vai atura. No rira, ka ui au ki a rāua. Aka pēa kōrua I te, I te rapeanga I te anganga. Te atu, te imene, te atu. Aka marama mai I to tatu I tanga.
It's a long story, I mean, but ka tutu pa au te teitimi no ki ke marama mai to tatu tangata atu tika kare marama ro to tatu reo. Tino ro neo te tutu a kukiarene. Ki rau ki o te te papa ki akaramani tau program. Aratu e ki te roa te to tatu.
Aratu mapu.
Uri e panga papa a maori ki marama mai te kato to akaramai ne. I've been in this game for over 50 years. We are both retiring this year, which is something we're really looking forward to because Auntie Jacinta is going to give our present very soon. So when I go back and look at the amount of years that I've been involved in culture, it's over 50 years because I remember when I was about, I would say maybe 9 years old, my father went to teach at the junior high school in Ngaera. And so the whole family went with him. Araporo mātua. Ia mātua I rera, ua hatupu to old man, I te tai o Ngaera e kare e rawene I roton. He formed a band. And with some of the aunties, we had an uncle who was a preacher over there, Papa Tewi. And then we had an auntie, two aunties, Mrs. Koteka, Ritu Koteka, and another auntie called Ngaeva, and she was a very good singer, loud, rich voice. And a few friends from Malaya, they formed a band. The band in those days in the outer islands, it's all string band. And part of the equipment in the band is what's called a tini. Just a tray, and then with a couple of cabin bread tins on top. You put it on a stand, and you hit it, and it sounds. The Mogan style of playing, not the band, So that way, that's how I got involved with culture, as a singer at first, and so, the band would start about, I don't know, maybe about 7:30 in the evening. Used to finish before 12, I think 11 o'clock, the dance is finished. But me, when I started off, by 9 o'clock, I was asleep on this instrument, this tin. That's the first year when I started. But I was in the band, grade 6, Form 1, Form 2. We did work with the out islands, Form 2 raturi, o te umea kite, o era ratu ki terori. So, e turu o kumta I te band. Nara ki areo ki terora, areo mai te pupu o te atu, junior school no atu mai. E pupu uro o tarato, so mani rei te pupu uro nā te mangai, junior school. Wau e rutu tintinira te ato ki te junior school, Form 2 reto, Form 2, Form 3, Form 4 ki te junior school. E ko te old man o tiri nana e te kene te pupu. Bani atu ko te master o te turutu. So that's how I first got involved with drumming and dancing. And then the following year, I went to Terror. So in Terror, the first year in Terror, I came across the late Turepu. you know, who was the master of culture,
Mhm.
you know, and music in those days in the Cook Islands. And he was the tutor of the Te Reo college team. So I got involved with the college team. And then a few years later, my dad returned to the Cook Islands because too many of the brothers were coming to Te Reo college. I had mami no ro de no mai. Rangai to mateti me kanu ko gire no ko ka ubini ma to. So o me to te mani te mani te tale. Abi e Te Reo. Uchi karga te aturu pu I Te Reo ko te te. And he took over the Te Reo culture group. And naturally, I got involved because I'd love to drum by then. But when my dad came to Te Reo, I started off as just a dancer. I wanted to dance, so, and I did a bit of drumming. So that's how I got involved. You know, I think I was in the Te Reo team for about 3 years until I left to come to New Zealand. But during that time in Te Reo, we traveled to a lot of places. We went to Tahiti, Raemaki, Matuki, Nutrine.
Ko te clark o te parliament. Atu, joki atu. E tutu tāku I ki te ko koto.
Kalako te parliament. O, are you kapua with la?
Me clark me.
Are mara me te kini au te taipai. Te matang me mato George Mark vai toti tupa. Ya, kita vai tupa. Ya, vai toti te me ma parliament ai. Papatua. Ko ne au de ma. Matu tu ato. Matu I te tere mai tere. I te rea tu ato. When I left Te Reo to come to New Zealand, I came to further my education. I came to Form 6 and Form 7 here and went to Henry College. That's when I got involved with the Henry College dance team and also with Turepu's sisters dance team here in Auckland, o Taika Pintia. Karawa te re tuato, warawara te o pupure te ra tuato. But ko te tai me tua wente, buratara, ko tai piri tu ki tāna. Like I said, 83, o ki te kuki arane, akamatatu mātou woko tina, e taoro I te oramo. You know, that was, I mean, I think it was, they formed in the late 80s, I think, but to this day, the group is still, you know, alive and still performing. Yeah. So from there, from Orama, then they started the Maivanui. And of course, we were living in Nikau at the time. And I thought to myself, you know,
Why not, Joey?
Nikau used to be a part of the old Constitution days, the Constitution Park. You know, I think I'll try my luck at tutoring a team for the Maivanui. And that's how I got into the Maivanui. And, you know, I can honestly say that we were one of the pioneers of the Maivanui because through those early days, how the team leaders were involved in the making of the rules and things like that for the Maivanui, which is how I got, you know, deeply involved with the Maivanui. Of course, in those early years, 2000, 2001, my team took out first place in that competition, and well, the rest is history. And then I ended up working for the Ministry of Culture in 1987. Oh, I went there in 84, worked for the Performing Arts Division before I became the head of the ministry in 1987. 88. Yeah. Or 2008, 2007, 2008. Yeah, until we left Waro to come to New Zealand. I could have been still there, bro, but you know, politics is a funny game. Sometimes they can they look after you. Sometimes they can just get rid of you when they don't really need you again. So that's how we ended up in New Zealand. We came to bring our last born for schooling as well as for his golfing. You know, that's how we ended up over here. And of course, we thought that we left behind all that what we did in Raro. No, we came over here in New Zealand. We started up a dance team. My dance team was called Ivanui, and then got involved with the Akirata, and then the last 2 years with the actual Maivanui, the one that's run by Papano and his team. And I'm very involved in that one because I was responsible for actually putting the competition together. Ako nono te tui mi tiri tu mtapura ke mama o ki te katete anga te o nganga e te o ture ui te tau tia nganga mai wonui ture nei te tai i ara taki i tātou no te o tātou ki mo. No te mea me tuku taro ke kāriro te ture i te arataki mai o ki mai e tātou ki runga te kai te ara nui i ako tupu i ai te mai wonui. Nori te mai wonui e tuku nei te i tuato. Te mai ni nai te tai o mea i te mai wonui ka anō i tātou ki akatika. No te mea i te tai me te iau ki o aka ngaro pui nā rātou te tumutika i aka no i aka tupu i ai te mai wonui. Hare tumu ke marina ki oki ta tātou anō i te koi mai e ki api i a rātou i te peu ato rātou matakena me kore ato rātou inu. E nei te kite ni tātou te tuato te tauri nei tiri. Te kite nei tiri ki rātou kua kino tākiri. I tāku akara o te. A reo e ki te tue e a tāte tai o papa ki akara ko tāku ki akara nei. Te kā iro o nei te peu ki te. O te rātā kua i nango nei ki tuku i nuti rengi. I o ki tātou ki nua te tumuti kai i anga i ai te tarere. Ko i o ki i te akaora i te peu a to o matakena me kore a to o inua. Ia re tu te rawe mai te peu a te tai ke ka iro ki te tāo. Ko te ka tupu a tia tuatou ki mo, me ka tātou e mataki te tātou o ngā rawe ka riro te aka vai i tātou o peu kuki are. Nori e maata te o tuata paro kai te tuatu loru mai te i tō kōranga ki te ngā culture. Ai te oranga mama. You know, it's a passion of love, yeah. Because when I came to New Zealand, it had always been my father's, wish for me to do well in life, become a doctor or something like that. I had planned to become a doctor, but somehow it didn't work out because I played too much sports and then I was heavily involved. My passion for my culture overtook everything else, and that's where I am, but no regrets, bro. I've been in this game for a long time. What keeps me motivated and going in this game is knowing that what I've produced, what I've composed, is entertaining or bringing joy to the lives of a lot of our people throughout the world, wherever they are in the world. I continue to write, to compose for people that ask me, I'm probably one of the few people nowadays in this modern age that still gets asked by teams in Australia to help them with certain things, with PE, with compositions and so forth, and I still do it. And most of the time I do it for love because my dad once told me that you are spending too much time on your culture. You should be doing more things that could, bring better, do
Better
good to
your life.
better your life. But then I asked him, I reminded him, it's your fault that introduced me to culture. and plus, I told him, who am I to do otherwise from what God has planned for me? I feel that it's God's call for me to be what I am today. We can't all be doctors, we can't all be lawyers, and some of us have got to do the culture. And unfortunately, my wife always says, unfortunately, that's what you're good at. But you're not bringing, very many dollars into the home. But that's my life, and I'll be retiring this year, but I'll probably be carrying on to what I know best for a few more years, and before I really think about stepping aside and letting these young ones carry on. Yeah.
I'll come back ki a koe. Ki mito vaine. Me ka rauke a koe te tarapoto ua mai no rumo te tonga imene. Aka pia koe, aka pia koe I te riro mai.
Te tonga te imene. Ko maramau ko atane tātou I te kite, I tuku mai koe I tangata imene, I tāko ore I nā rau mai o, I tōku mai te anga, amata mai o te imene te purera. Tōku grandparents, So ere nā o te kure teo tapa te pūro, hawi e rau whamotu taki pitmen. Nā ri rau I te akamata imene mene o te rā, ere, haru te kwaia, imene mene a ki sāpa te nisi. Akamata mai o te imene ia. I muri ake, pera ko tō tōku me tuatane, anga mataora nāna I te imene. Kana anō I te tangata koe te singing doctor. Whanau e tire tēne. Tai ora tō te wo Uncle Joe Williams mā, ngā I tuku mā, mi tire, tire au pau te tire tuatu. Toko te tire pina tika e tanga tāmatara. A tangi kita, a tangi ukarere, e te imene. Pera o tō, piri mau kuro te song quiz, talent quiz. Tire tēme te ko maru e pau kumuta I tire tēme. Nāku I mō opena te kapu a te former premier o te Kiaorana, Albert Henry.
Oh, okay.
I took away the first prize of the talent quiz. Mao, ko e tōku me tō tāne. Mi tira te me mai I imene mene nāna I tauturu mai ako I tira I te akamamaua atu I tōku tātou I te imene. Ngā eka ea tōku te tīringa, koe nā rai a pai e ea. Imene mene. Imene I te kānga o e mātou I te kānga. Akatangatangi tōna kita e tangata reka o e rakatanga kita. Imene. Tīrira, nārira mai o te tangata imene. Mātou o mai ne. Te imene mene ane. Tā I mai ki o ki tia mai tai kore. Tangata atu imene. Carry on. Tara o tāna imene mātang tewa atu e te imene. Hare tano rana I tōku reo. Tano rea e tāne te imene. Nā kārera e pupukura rea I te imene. Takita ea ke teo numero ere teo te tai o imene. Hai tamo kia. Tāku tutu imene e naurora o te imene. Māta tāku imene e rakara o te imene tēnā. Imene karoko I a koe. Tuki tera imene. Teo tui e teo tutua. A tutuki mea karongo mai te tangata I a koe imene.
Putaro tōku pukatua.
Tire tāku tu imene rakara o te imene. Tāra oke. Tōku tupu o te te anga imene. E te imene mene rei te tuata.
No rea tika I te tangata I pana atu no te reo e tangitangi mai ne me no arorangi mai.
No tutaki mo.
Me no awatiu mai. So, I te reo nei, te mara nei rera I a koe I te akauki mai tō mana ki New Zealand nei te anga I te.
I tō maua a aereanga te aeroki ta api I tōna I te rato atu, ti New Zealand nei eo, te ararea o tāko api. But I ki tēnā o ia I te imenea. Me kua akatuku rato I te band I kapiki e ko te Terry Small. E o tōmari ki tēno arangi mai rei, mātou rea te taipai e rato, te pupu imene, papira te pupu imene. E ko arana o pai nara rato te pupu imene, nā rato ki te kuki arana. E rua nightclub I te rea tuato I Akarane, ko te Reef Coma, both on Karanga Happy Road, e te Tangaroa's Hut. Ko rato rea, I mene rato ki runga te Tangaroa's Hut, upstairs te anga, no te mitotane na Harry Napa, no na tia nightclub e ngā I mataura te, e ki tēnā ia I te imene ki re rete, oki atu e re te kuki arene, peke atu e ki wai I re I te imene. Ore kua, orongo ana reo I tōna reo, me ko tātou tiki te ngari te tuata mua I tōna wai owara, wai mapura. She's got one of those unique voices. Te teme a kai tēnā o tōno te reo mito apitire. Ko te imene rai tāko, imene ki te koe te toko rua no. Me tātāna o te imene ki kai nauro ki o te akarongo mai te tangata ki imene mai kia. Ka nāra toro mao te manamata e ria imene mai akariri mai e iaku nā mua e mua ka imene mai atauturu mai. But, I rutu I tō maoranga I tupuna te ria, but me anono kia tano I te tai e pinga me atu nego te imene, e taanganga nau ia Uria, I tō aku akaranga, unu I mau kurau e mau te anga kapiti tō mau arawea. We both got interest in this culture.
Match there.
Yeah, we both got interest in our culture, and we were able to gel and and work together. And we've traveled to a lot of places. And mau te ewa I ana mau matu eri ki Taiwan, hele tu ki wai I, ana mau ki wai I short trip around. Not only the Pacific, New Zealand, Australia. We've gone. I think we've been lucky in that sense that we, as a man and wife, we've been able to travel to a lot of places together, and we're still doing things together, to this day.
Okay. There's another question that I would like to ask you too. In a competition, when you are preparing a group, you two being through this, and you always come on top. So, what is the secret? How do you prepare a group to win a competition? Just to help, our viewers. Maybe there are young ones who are preparing themselves.
I think one of the first and foremost, you've got to understand the theme of the competition, and a lot of the times. Ka oki te theme ki runga I te tupu runga I to o inu. Me I te o tonga a te tua no to mai. Te tua ka iria tuku runga I tia tumutapura. Ori aka tutu mai koe I ta au peu ki runga I te tumutapura. Te tua no to o tapere to o inu me te tu. Me karauka ia koe I te master I te ratuanga. Matutu ko tō I tō tūranga no runga I te tō tātou reo. No runga I te tata, te atua. Ka mama ua I a koe. Te mai I mitaki e eu. Matutu ki tō tūranga I ruto I te upeu katoa toa a te mai whanui a. Te tutua reo te tūte, te tarere mai whanui. Te ute, te imere tuki, te pe'e, te urapau, te kaparima. Wara I ako teo tau mai te tua tau e. Karuka I rātou te rārima tuanga I te rawe. O ta ira tāna. Wau inangaroa nā ue nā kura e rawe te tārakaraka, atu tārakaraka. No te mea. Me tupu mai te tāro ke kare me te ki tō tāpupu. E ta ira tāna taka katoa toa. So, I mean, but at the end of the day, you must have the knowledge and the expertise to be able to do well with your team. But then there are other, things that can come against you. If you dia puare tako e ravani e kore apipini no tini o e kana no te to nga ero ti te pupu e te to mari pa te te pupu ina e na ro o pe ke mai ya te pe ga takini uru ana tora tora. But I can honestly say at the end of it all, I stand proud of what I did because Uroka ia te taituranga matutu I te akatupu noro tu mai I te au tamari. Kareroi mana ko ia ne karuka I rātou te rawe te. Uri ako te taitara, te challenge tera. Not having the best dancers is not, it's being able to teach and to go against those challenges that are, that you are confronted with, and which includes the dancers, the drummers. Me karauka ia koe te master te rawa and that you can call yourself that you're pretty good. E taunga koe.
Yeah.
E taunga koe.
Amen.
Amen.
Exactly, what you do, exactly what I do.
Yeah.
Because you understand what you want,
Yeah.
what you need, and what you want to achieve.
Yeah.
According to the theme.
Yeah.
Then, araugairere a koe katoa e te apai mai te tai ngā tangata e tau churu e te churanga pene o te kapa. Te kapa. So it's really overwhelming te akarongo atu.
E toi te ame e taunga te tai e tōnau tau churu ai. Te tua o te kapa, te tua o te costume. Kia gel at the kurbea. Ia ngangkapi te rato. And the result at the end will be good. But it doesn't always go like that. We don't go to tato I tana. Me atura e tana. E kargo ki te koe te taunga e rawa ni te ngā te uto e mani koe muri. But I've learned to overcome all those things.
Maki tēnā kua.
Maki take tēnā. ka karongo tu e kari no mera e makina. But yeah.
Tato uia ngopena.
Mm.
Ea te reo, ea te karere aka marurui a kōrua ki tō tātou i tangata, especially ki tō tātou māpū e tuku mai nei no rungo tā tātou anga te culture.
Well, ko tā tātou i ki tēne i te ia, i akarana nei te tuato me umere. O tūtua takerea nā oe, kariro mai, me ako tupu i te mai wanu i nutirene, kariro akarana, e akarana te i te tangata kuki arene o te ienia. Even in ato tātou i te tangata o mere i te ipukare. No te mea ti kuni, mā tātou ta unga te akaruke te ipukare i ermai kone. Te hoi ua te tau ere. Doria e perako tō, te inangaro i te mau te peu, e ki api i a rātou e te peu, tikoni e tātou i nutirene, ti o tirere kato. Nā, e manga tuke i ako tāko akaranga i te pukarea. Tanonga tika e, te rere tanga i ako tupu i a mai e te peu. Te rere tanga nā rātou e li. Keo ti, arua tātou, manga tuke i te tātou. Ko tiri tātou i tēnei te tātou, mi tāko i taiko i loko nei, te inangaro e te anoano o tātou ano i te kai i tātou peu ane. Ki api e rātou i tātou kōrero, e ki a kai rātou i te rā kōrero. E ko akari mai rai te rera, nā roto i te mai wanu e rua i rawa i ana i akarane nei i te tuatu. Ko akari mai te rera, i te rito, i te peu, ti ermai no roto mai te o tonga. E no rei nutire nei, e te inangaro o tātou anau i te opu e te rawe i te peu. Ko te taku o tutu ua akama, inangaro te akamaroi, ki tō tātou i te tangata. Tēnā ui tērā tutu tau, nini, au ki koe tutu ua i tāu tutu e kār koe mai
Ura kai a katangi wawe ua i te pūua.
You preach what is, ni la ngaro puentaki ria. Me tāu me karanga koe me koe turu koe ti i tā tātou peu, pupu ar koe te mitakiara. Me tāki te teimu kānono i koe te aramai te akari i tāu turu, aramai akari. You know, te warongono koe i tā tātou mai wanui, i te tai papaki te tutuanga e haka muni roa, i te tutaki te akare tā tātou mai wanui. Te tai pai te karangana e, koe mā te ia ka tutaki e kakaiti e muni mera ko mai. Kare ina kia nei kia pēra tātou. Nāri ngau ki te iau tangata e kari i aramai, ako nono i tia tārere, tia tātou rea. Te nuku ni tātou, oware ni tātou, ari anga tupu.
Aka kino to aka kino mai.
Anono i te muni, i te aka tupu i te muni. Nōrea, i tōku mana me kara me kope tātou ti anga e rongo mai matara te aramai i te akara i te tai, te show. Ua aka nono i te upupu all original. Ia tārere i te katoto me tātātou akara. Tōku ina ki anga tērā show. Tino e te rimo tāra ere tukiru. Nōrea, no o i te kanga e, kope i ua e huruto e ere ua. Ere mai turuturu i tātātou anu e rawe rei anga. O tātātou ka inangaro ki te rā, te ngā e akarakara i are, mātakita i are tāngara. Ia i ere mai e MTC te tai. O te mea, o tere atu te rima o tausini, i te tangata kuki are ne no nei kone. Tāno o te kai, ngō i ua ti a ngā aitamu ne tātou te aka ki ia. Ia no ua, akari e mai tā auturu, i tā tātou anau, te uki tupu apau tuatou no apopo, o rātou te e mō nei, e kaini te kōrero, i te tuatou.
Mei taki mate. E manga tauturu tā?
Mi tēnā rei, mi tā te tokoro rei tā iku nei ai. Te ariki ni o tiri e tēnā, te pati anu tēnā ki e tātou e te tangata. Ko tia te kōrero e te ue anga a tā tātou ana. Mo te tupo po tātou. Tā piri mai, tauturu ia te koro anga. Ia e parang ono o mai te mutu are te rātura me mama, aka rātura ia me mama. Ako koro maki, ko tā tātou ano, tā tātou e mumuni ki e mitake no te o tātou kumo. I runga te kai i tā tātou pio, i tō tātou reo. Ko tō tātou turanga tēnā i tā kari e ko ai tātou, e tangata e tātou te ngā i ere. Nore, tāko reo o te rā, e uku tūturu i o koto e tō tātou e te ake, te o mitua, matakitake mai ni te program, te ina ki neo e, ko matāra koto i tā korongo mai, e te ariki meni koto i tā mao e akitiki te atu nei ki tātou katoto. Nā ka tupaki te tāore te manga i mea koe te...
Nore rei te tangata. I mua ke kako mutu i mātou, tupaki atu aka o rao e te tai imene e tamataore e tātou e akarakara mai nei. Tēnā mai.
Ti imene bro, woki te takatoto. Aru ino ti imene takatoto e ki te ti. Imene mai rai koe. Rarotunga Kyoko te tumu Kotaku ina ngaro Te vai nei me poro ama Ariro koe Wariro kowe He me amoe anana Kumi te po E te tiare E te tiare Mawori Toga kara Tira ke ia tawa To tawa mutu are No ia maira Tero a iwaine O puera taku i Nangaro Iatua Tie atua Koko te tumu Otaku i titangata Iaki Te ariki puki Mariro kowe e me tua no matou Te aone E te tiare Me te tiare Mahori Toga kara Tira ki ia tawa To tawa mutu are No ia maira Te roa I waine O pure taku I Nangaro O pure taku I Nangaro Ua tira
Tēnā ia te tangata, ko koerei taku inanga. Atu ia, e Raemaki Karati. Te pē tātou norera, o tai tātou programu ki te opene I te atianga. E reo, aka maruru I tea, ki a tātou e akarakara mai nei, especially ki to our young generation, I te tuatau. We understand that Maivani will be next year. If you are not dancing or not doing anything, there are a lot of dance groups around Auckland. You have the Drums of the Pacific, you have the Ririo Teo, you have Anua, two Anua Nuas.
And you got
Then you have Te Ukio, and that is my group. Go, if you are a beginner, come to my group. If you think you know how to dance, go to the Anua Nua, go to the Drums of the Pacific. I like the beginners because they will become professional at the end of the day. Then I can pass it on to the drums or to the Anua Nuas. No reira. I mua ke kaka mutui, ina oro ato tuku tai ngā mea second ki te ngā mitua, tāne te mitua veni me mana ko openga tō rao I mua kaka mutui.
Tēnā, māsa tu matako e te taitara o, me te ki mātako koe ari mai mau i ara mai te program. Ina ki ua, e koto ki mātaita ki mai mātou, matara koto, te akarongo mai ngai te tai au, penga te tupu I roto tō maoranga, I te mūanga I tātātou peo. Nei mau ai, tātātou peo, ka wai te rera, e tupu pau tuatau, e kare wai, e tāmataure tātātou anau, no te uki, ka rumai. Nore ki ako, ki ako tō tātou, katotoa, ka ki te.
Kiaorana ho tātou nā, te tātou I te opanga, te mataura leo I te oronga atu I te roa ki tātou kātoto. Kiaorana tātou kātoto e kia mania.
Nore te katotoa, me taki mata. Me mātou, kia koutou,
Ka ki te.